Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are now going to be giving an in-depth teaching. We're going to be doing that next week because of some similarities that we have between the principles that Jesus was trying to teach between the verses of this week and that of next week. So what I'm just going to do today is that I'm going to read through multiple translations of Matthew chapter 6 from verse 1 to 4. I shall read close to about five or so different translation or paraphrase of the Bible. And my hope is that that should speak to you because some of them are just very clear and are written in modern languages. So I will start reading from the King James and I'll read the Amplified and then the Message, the Phillips, and a couple of other translations. Matthew chapter 6 from verse 1 to 4, King James Version. I'll read verse 1. Take heed that you do not do your charitable deeds before men to be seen by them. Otherwise, you have no reward from your Father in heaven. Therefore, when you do a charitable deed, do not sound a trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory from men. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward. When you do a charitable deed, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, that your charitable deed may be in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will himself reward you openly. Amplified Bible. Be very careful not to do your good deeds publicly to be seen by men. Otherwise, you will have no reward prepared and awaiting you with your Father who is in heaven. So, whenever you give to the poor and do acts of kindness, do not blow a trumpet before you to advertise it, as the hypocrites do, like actors acting out a role in the synagogues and in the streets, so that they may be honored and recognized and praised by men. I assure you and most solemnly say to you, they already have their reward in full. But when you give to the poor and do acts of kindness, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Give in complete secrecy, so that your charitable act will be done in secret, and your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. Contemporary English Version. When you do good deeds, don't try to show off. If you do, you won't get a reward from your Father in heaven. When you give to the poor, don't blow a loud horn. That's what show-offs do in the meeting places and on the street corners, because they are always looking for praise. I can assure you that they already have their reward. When you give to the poor, don't let anyone know about it. Then your gift will be given in secret. Your Father knows what is done in secret, and he will reward you. The Message paraphrase. Be especially careful when you're trying to be good so that you don't make a performance out of it. It might be good there, good theater, but the God who made you won't be applauding. When you do something for someone else, don't call attention to yourself. You've seen them in action. I'm sure. Play actors, I call them. Treating prayer meeting and street corners alike as a stage. Acting compassionate as long as someone is watching, playing to the crowds. They get applause, true, but that's all they get. When you help someone out, don't think about how it looks. Just do it quietly and unobtrusively. That is the way your God, who conceived you in love, working behind the scenes, help you out. Philip's New Testaments. Beware of doing your good deeds conspicuously to catch men's eye, or you will miss the reward of your heavenly Father. So, when you do good to other people, don't hire a trumpeter to go in front of you, like those play actors in the synagogues and streets, who make sure that men admire them. Believe me, they have had all the reward they're going to get. No, when you give to charity, don't even let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be secret. Your Father, who knows all secrets, will reward you. Lastly, easy to read version. Be careful when you do something good. Don't do it in front of others so that they will see you. If you do that, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. When you give to those who are poor, don't announce that you are giving. Don't be like the hypocrites. When they are in the synagogues and on the streets, they blow trumpets before they give so that people will see them. They want everyone to praise them. The truth is, that's all the reward they will get. So when you give to the poor, don't let anyone know what you are doing. Your giving should be done in private. Your Father can see what is done in private and He will reward you. This is the word of the Lord. Essentially, no show, no ostentation. Whatever you do in giving, do it as unto the Lord, not for men to see and praise and applaud you. God bless you for today. Until I come next week and do an in-depth teaching between this and the verses we're going to be looking at this week. Enjoy the presence of the Lord, and remember, Jesus must increase and you and I must decrease, so that all things might decrease and He might increase, so that He might have the first place and preeminence in all things. God bless you. Have a good day. Bye.